Hello, I'm Lisa LaPlante, the Communications Manager for the City of Boulder City, and welcome to BC Insider, a once-a-month look at news and issues important to the residents of Boulder City. The Boulder City Fire Department covers about 215 square miles of land, responding to emergencies from health conditions to car accidents to boat fires and more. Joining me today are Deputy Fire Chief Greg Chesser and Assistant Fire Chief Josh Barrone. Thank you guys for being here to tell us a little bit about what's going on at the BC Fire Department.
Our pleasure.
We are hearing more and more about overdoses and the dangers of going in. How has fentanyl changed the fire response when they go into a scene?
So, that's a great question. It's a ever-evolving situation, right? Where you get a little bit of news, you get a little bit of facts, you get a little studies, things come out. It's not as dangerous as we initially thought, as most things are, right? We try to pump the brakes, take a hard stop on it until we can really evaluate the effects of it. For the first responder side, unless it's aerosized, like in a lab or a large setting, it's not too dangerous for them. They obviously take their standard precautions, whether it be PPE for gloves and eyes, and if needed, a mask. But we haven't really seen it on the first responder side as being very detrimental to us, and it hasn't slowed us down or hindered us. Obviously, it is affecting our community, whether we're a small community or a large community. It is affecting us almost weekly. We see something that involves that type of thing, and we're trying to grow and prevent that. One of the biggest things I think the city as a whole has taken a proactive approach is our Narcan program. Right? You see it led with the courts and then expanding to the PD and fire department is be able to offer the life-saving medicine, naloxone or Narcan, to the public is just an amazing thing to me because it really is truly a fix. I've seen it done amazing things just in my career alone. So the fact that we can have it in a home where this possibly could occur could really, and it has, saved people's lives.
The new training facility, tell me about that, how it came to be.
Well, it was an identified point in our risk assessment and our accreditation process that we needed a professional area that we could have our crews actually train safely, consistently, and with tools that are in accordance with the national standard. So throughout that process, we identified that we needed something that we could conduct live training burns and then also have it be a multifaceted tool where we can conduct other types of training. So that's where we got to that training actual center. It's going to be a giant property where we just have equipment and props that we can train on from all specters of our required jobs as an all-hazard fire department.
And my understanding is this will be nice because people won't have to travel. You guys won't have to go to North Las Vegas. What does that mean for the residents of Boulder City?
So that's a great point. So that specific part of the training tower, which is that Class A material live fire training burns, it can only be conducted in certain types of buildings. We do not have one, now we do. The closest one we used to use was North Las Vegas, which is it is an ordeal just for the training itself. Then to pack all that stuff up and ship it down the road would add additional 4 to 5 hours of just overtime and manpower to get down there and then conduct the drill. So this is going to lighten the load of the deployment and the training requirements for our department and decrease overall overtime costs. And it's going to allow us to do it more frequently instead of once or twice, once every 2 years if possible, because it all depends on funding. This will allow us to do it in our backyard. Probably my goal as the training chief right now is at least twice per shift.
Okay.
That'd be the goal.
Great. And then talk to me about why it's so important for you guys to train on a regular basis.
Well, we're professionals. That's how we treat ourselves and that's how we treat our staff, right? Just like any athlete or professional organization, you have to have a place to train and hone those skills and practice those skills. And if you don't, you can't get better, or in our line of work, if we don't practice it, we could get hurt or worse. So for us as a safety aspect, this is amazing. We have a place where we can practice these skills in a controlled setting every day. This really allows the department to increase our customer service and our abilities to the city.
We don't just invest in firefighters training, we also do some training for residents. Talk to me about some of the trainings that we make available to the residents of Boulder City.
So yeah, we have a pretty in-depth public education program. Not only do we do it through our social media platform, we have over 300 is what I'm up to now for public safety messages that we do throughout the year. We do the hands-on in classroom stuff. We're now doing the AED CPR class, We're doing that at least 4 times a year. We also have Stop the Bleed that we're doing, and then first aid. And now we opened up a fire extinguisher class. So we have those 4 classes that we do now.
And then there's also some things for babysitters.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the cabs. So yeah, we do the
Yeah.
child babysitting safety. I forgot about that one. So we're up to 5.
Okay. Well, I just went to a CPR class myself, and I thought it was really interesting how important those first minutes are, how critical they are if somebody is having a heart attack, whether it's using an AED or providing CPR. So, what is your message to the average resident about getting trained up?
I would say it's critical, that critical 6 minutes. And it's, you can't hurt yourself by not doing it. I mean, be honest. And I think we've had life saves, that most of the life saves occur when CPR is occurring when we get there. So that's a critical piece.
One of the things that I think is really important too is that you guys received international accreditation about 1.5 years ago. How has that changed how you guys operate as a department?
Well, I think the process leading up before, in the preparation for the actual accreditation piece is where we're at now. Because that's, once you achieve the commission's accreditation, you just keep going. So it's a never ending, you're always looking to improve your services. You're always looking to improve what you can do for the community. The guys on the floor, the operations guys, we're at a point now where I just want them to focus on responding. Up front on the admin side, our heads are still on the swivel because we're still looking for things to do to improve, our services. So.
Okay. And then you guys just recently had an awards ceremony. It was really special and very touching at times. Talk to me about why it's important to bring together the first responders, fire department, police, and the courts to recognize the things that you guys do.
It's a growing award ceremony. And if you look back, we're going on our 5th year now. So when I got here 4 years ago, that was one of the things that I wanted to do was recognize our guys do a lot, both in the department, for the department as well as for the community. Being able to recognize them at some level was important. And within the first year, it grew to us in the police department. And then the second year, or the third year, now the courts are part of that process. And I think it's very important. I mean, we're all a big family in the first response area. It's grown a lot over the last couple of years. I'm excited, and like you said, I'm emotional about that. I love what these guys do, and we need to be able to recognize them in front of the whole town. So if I could do a big one in front of the whole town, I would do it right there in front of everybody. I think it's very important.
Well, thank you both for being here, and thank you for everything you do. Boulder City, I'm sure everybody here appreciates it, and we look forward to all of the great things that you guys have coming forward.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
Be sure to check out the BC Insider once a month at www.bcnv.org/news. See you next month for the next BC Insider.